through the Urban Permaculture Institute, San Francisco Bay Area. We're here to do some very interesting work. This here is Chaga, one of Qilombo's stewards.
Yeah, so basically, this garden here is the AfrikaTown street garden, and we're here in AfrikaTown, West Oakland, California. So basically, this garden was organized, developed, and created by folks here in the community, as well as community activists. And so we provided this space here for the community. And the project here today is, just folks coming together to, create an outdoor oven for the garden, and some places where people can hang out and chill by the oven. And it's coming along pretty good. I'm really happy and excited about the work that these guys put in, the folks who kind of organized for this. So it's dope.
So what we're all doing here is this is the Urban Permaculture Institute. It's our first time doing a permaculture design certificate training out of Impact Hub Oakland here in Oakland, the East Bay. And part of the training is to get some tactile, kinesthetic learning opportunities and experiences that connect us to some of the permaculture techniques and strategies, some of the methods, and working with local abundant materials to create our built environment. In this case, a very functional seating area in a garden that's so beautiful but has no place to repose, to relax, to observe. And also a functioning oven, an earthen oven that will trap the heat of the sun from the burning wood inside the thermal mass to be able to provide cookery for breads and pizza and cookies and abundance for the people who live in the structure here. But we're learning all the kind of detailed skills in addition to the principles of what it means to use appropriate materials, local materials. And they're kind of stacking functions a little bit because we're getting to know each other. We're getting a little bit intimate. We're squashing mud through our toes, next to each other's toes, and just getting to know each other's names and kind of building community, which is ultimately the function of building together, is to actually build local self-reliance and community and connection. It's the natural building is, as far as I can tell, the Trojan horse for community connection. And so this is what we're really doing here, is getting to know each other, sharing space and time, and producing an artifact that is beautiful and functional and creates real learning of multiple levels of learning. So that's our intention. We'll see what results. So I'm Miguel Elliott, also known as Sir Cobb. I'm with Living Earth Structures, and we're here in Oakland at AfrikaTown. And I was asked by the Urban Permaculture Design course, David and Kevin, to come in and lead a natural building workshop. So today we went ahead and built this oven and a couple benches. And so this oven was actually made using trapezoid-shaped adobe bricks that I made at my house in Petaluma, and then we formed that into the dome. And then we put a layer of insulation over that, and which also was used as a sculpting medium to sculpt our Africa. So we're calling this an AfrikaTown oven. And then we did these benches here. The seat, the part that you sit on, is broken chunks of concrete, urbanite, and then there's sandbags filled with local earth, camped down. And then we put this earth mix over it, and put some stones along the bottom and things. And so this is going to sit for a couple weeks, and then it'll get plastered and sealed. We're hoping to also have a shade structure over it also, which will also help protect it from the water. And so yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this gets used and what kind of effect it has on the neighborhood. So far, the people from AfrikaTown have been coming out here, and they've been appreciating it. Really happy with how it's all turning out. And I came out here last week. It was just a big pile of brush. Probably would have stayed there for quite a long time if we hadn't come and cleared it away. It's a little more so it's been a lot of fun. People said that they learned a lot today and inspired to build their own oven.
Hey, my name's David Cody, and we're at the Urban Permaculture Institute. And we've got our class out here today at the AfrikaTown Garden. We're doing some natural building, we're doing some community building, we're having a lot of fun, and we're helping out and leaving behind something that's really valuable. So we came here with a lot of material, sand, clay, and straw, to build a pizza oven and a bench in the garden. but we had some extra material, and we saw outside here that there was this phone booth that used to have a phone in it. It doesn't have a phone anymore. We figured, hey, why don't we put some material on this, some earth, and kind of soften these edges up a little bit and make something that's a little bit different than what we're used to seeing. Put it right out here on the corner where we can walk by and see it, and it's just a way of showing that, hey, something's different going on here, something that we don't normally see in cities.
So now that the Cobb has been completed after several weeks, through its final touches and finishes, we came back to celebrate our work through the first firing of the Cobb. We came and enjoyed some beautiful pizzas and amazing food from the community. But the bigger scheme of things, we're here to back up Qilombo in this protest in which they were fighting against gentrification. And I managed to record some very powerful statements from the panel of speakers that they had.
One of the really clear important things is for us to recognize how much we can do both as individuals and coming together in collectives and in supporting institutions like this, supporting each other, supporting our neighbors, just like lifting up all of those things that folks have said, because I think that at the root of it, that's where the change has to happen. And the more that we can do that out in our communities, like there's a lot of us, but there can be a lot more of us. And the more that we have, the harder it is for them to stop us. And so as much as we can do to also agitate and encourage and help to cultivate that radical spirit to really get folks to step into their own agency and power, to support our people as we're struggling through our own internalized oppressions, right? And to support folks in getting through that and getting over that so we can be out here taking action, so we can be out here doing the work together. If you have a piece of land, you know somebody with a piece of land, or you're in a place and you want that piece of land, stay there. Just don't move. Like help Qilombo. Qilombo ain't moving, you know what I'm saying? Like stay here, you know what I'm saying? Help folks here. And like the people, the places, the institutions that you know of, if there are people there that want to fight and who do not want to leave, just please don't leave. The rent is too high, there isn't anywhere to go, and we're going to take this back. And so part of taking it back is us being able to keep what we got and hold ground, so we can advance from that place.
I just encourage folks to get organized, you know. Like, that's why we don't have a lot of power, is because we're not organized. You know, the people with the most power are the most organized. Let's get into groups, whatever. It's all right, even if it's 3-4 y'all group, y'all click, start getting some stuff done. Like, start doing stuff for the people. It's hard to do stuff when you're by yourself. Individualism, that's the ideology of the enemy, you know, the oppressor. And like, if we want to get out of this situation, we need to all get organized. It don't matter who you're getting organized with. If y'all on the same page, y'all start working together and start doing some shit. I encourage everyone to get into an organization, start doing some stuff, and start doing work for the people.
It's a movement, which means it's continual movement. There's no pauses. We want to continue doing something every day, and also patience is the key. We're not going to do everything overnight, but it's a step at a time, and as long as we keep taking steps, that walk will be good at the end of the day.
If you black and you brown and you got melanin in your skin, remember that Mother Nature loves you, and that black and brown skin is your daily reminder that she favors you first. And it's time for us to come back home to our Mother Earth. It is time, it is long overdue that our social movements recognize the strength of our mother. It is in our bones, it is in our DNA. So if we're going to decolonize it, we're going to take land, we better take it, and we better be in right relationship with it. If we're going to take land and do the same things that the colonial project has done to our land, then we are not liberating ourselves. So if we're going to take land, we must know what to do with it and how to be in right relationship with that land. Thank you.
Something that we did after getting that 30-day notice, we fought like hell. We told them to their faces, we are not going anywhere. Over our dead bodies, we are not moving, we are not going anywhere. And what happened out of that is thousands of people self-organized, got in their groups, they reached out to us, they contributed to the space, they contributed to media, they contributed to sending Neil Sullivan all sorts of messages. And now, Qilombo wants to just send that message really, really strong. We are really, really happy to announce that we signed a 1-year lease. No one gave us a 1-year lease. We fought for it and we told them we're not gonna leave anyway. And they had to give us a 1-year lease, and we're gonna ask for another lease, and one day they're not gonna give us a lease and we're gonna still stay here.
Yeah, and as long as, you know, they're in cooperation with us, you know, there won't be any problems, you know what I mean? We want to make sure that this goes good, man, because we pushing for this for eternity, man. We want this for the long haul, you know, so we're not going nowhere. Thank you for the community for helping us with that, putting pressure on the elements that was trying to uproot us, you know. We're going to keep pushing this line for the community, and thank y'all, you know, everyone for the support. Thank you.
Yes, let's give it up one more time for our panelists.